caught the thief. The police caught the thief. Here you can see that the police caught the thief. Okay, the police is a subject. Okay, caught is a verb, thief is a object. Okay, example, you can see that the police caught the thief. Police is a subject, caught is a verb, the thief is a object. Object, with that object it will a fruitful sense it will give, a fruitful meaning it will give. For example, you can find that the police caught. Shall we expect that whom will caught, whom he will catch? Can't we expect that? Yes, we can expect easily. What is that? The police caught the thief. Okay, that was completed. Okay, that was the expected answer, because the police catches thieves only in regular way, so that we can find that. That is very easy. So here is one more example. I eat a mango. I eat a mango. I is a subject. Okay, I eat a subject. Yes, I is a subject. Eat, I subject, eat verb, mango object. Okay, my dear, I eat a mango. I is a subject, eat is a verb, mango is a object. So this will be given a correct sentence, a fruitful mean it will be given by that. So it is called transitive verb. And in transitive verb, without object, the sentence must be completed. Of course, it will be also given a sense, but it is not so well like transitive. We can see that. Okay, my dear. Okay. In transitive sentence, we can see that what it is. The sun shines. Where the sun shines? The sun shines on the sea, the sun shines on the road, the sun shines in the college, the sun shines in the school, the sun shines where the sun shines. So without object it is also, it will give the sense. Okay, because without object also the sun shines. Did you understand here? Okay, you sing. What did you sing? Songs. You sing songs. You do sing songs. I do sing songs. I sing songs. Did you understand now? Yes, my dear. Yes, are you capable to catch? Don't confuse here. Without object, the sentence complete and it will be given an action and fruitful sense, but not as well of a transitive verb. So that is called intransitive verb. Okay, for example, if you can see that birds fly. Birds fly. Did you find that? Birds fly. Birds is a subjective, fly is a verb, in the air is a predicate. A predicate, later we can have that. In the air, birds fly. We can know that. Without knowing these also, we can know that birds fly. Where the birds fly? In the air, in the sky. In the sky, does it mean? In the air. Birds fly in the sky. Does it mean? It's completely filled with air. Okay. Fishes swim. Where it will swim? You know that where it swims? In the water. Fish swims in the water. Yes, do you mind here? Do you mind correctly? Okay, fish, as fish swims in the water, or the fishes swims in the water, the birds fly in the sky, the birds fly in the air. The same is correct. Next one is the milk is boiling. The milk is boiling. The milk is a subject, is a verb. Again boiling, it was a predication. We can have so many examples there. But the milk is there, the milk is on the table. Yes, the milk is on the stove. Oh, we can have so many examples with like that. Okay, my dear. Yes, some verbs do not take complete meaning or sense by themselves. These are called incomplete predication. Already you have learned that. For example, I say you that I have given you 10 rupees to go market to buy vegetable. I have given you 10 rupees is a matter. That is a sentence. I, the subject, given, have given you, helping verb and main verb. You is object, 10 rupees another object, double object. I have given you 10 rupees to go to the market to buy vegetables. That is unnecessary matter. Of course, it will give meaning. It will give meaning, but that is a different matter. Even cutting that matter, you can delete from the matter within this. I have given you 10 rupees is a sensed sentence, so that I have given you 10 rupees. So that is a sensed sentence, so that we can say that that is without adding that sentence also, it will give the correct mean. So that we can say that even if we can add that I have given you 10 rupees to go to the vegetable market to buy vegetables, that is a predication. Some words do not take a complete sense of and even themselves also, that is called incomplete predication. Also I have given that. You can see this themselves, such as intransitive, incomplete predications also in intransitive. Okay, my dear. Okay. For example, we can see that how it can say that for example, you can see that a dog is animal. Yes, a dog is animal. That is incomplete predication. That is a dog is. Yes, without that it will not give a correct sense. Here what we can take is a dog an animal. We know that a dog is an animal. We are telling intransitive. Does it mean incomplete predication it will take? Next, complement. It is also the word or phrase that is added to make complete sense. It is called complement. For example, a dog is an animal. A dog is an animal. Without an animal, it will not give a correct sense. A dog is intransitive. You can add a perfect meaning. It will give you a perfect meaning, so that you can add to the dog is. Now it will give you a perfect sense. A dog is an animal. A dog is an animal. This is a complement, so that we can call now complement. Without that complementary sentence, without that complement, intransitive will not be fruitful, will not be meaningful, will not be sensible. Okay, my dear. Then you can see that he became. Okay, a subject and verb also there, the both are there, subject and verb. Yes, a transitive, incomplete. Okay, it is not to be it is to be transitive. He came, he gave me, he became a good person because of me. If I can say that complete sentence with the complement, it will be given a correct sense, otherwise it not. So that he became already is there. He became what he became. He became a doctor, he became a teacher, he became an engineer. What he becomes, he became happy. By that he seems, he felt very happy. He felt very happy, so that the meaning is given like that. Okay, transitive verbs are called dry transitive. What is dry transitive also we can see now. Okay, he gave me a pen. He gave me a pen, we can see now. For example, he is a subject. Next, gave, verb. He gave me. Now you can see that. Now gave me, that is object. What he gave me? He gave me a pen. Yes, another object. He gave a pen, that is suitable. Okay, subject 1, verb 2, object 3. The sentence is completed. The sentence is completed. When object is there in it, that is a double adjective. It will give a clarification of the sentence. Whom has given he pen? Whom he has given a pen? To me. So that you are telling now, he has given me a pen. So me is indirective object. Indirective object. So that here given, he gave me a pen. Pen is a direct object. Here you can see with another color, I will show you with cleanly. Okay, pen you can see here, direct object. Me, indirect object. Okay, she taught us English. Miss Mary taught us English. Mr. Rajesh taught us English. English is a direct object. Us is indirect object. What is first object which we can remove? For example, we can see that she taught us. What she taught us? What she taught us? English. So that English is a direct object. English is a direct object. Then she taught English. That is enough. That is enough. That will give sense, a perfect sense that will give. So we are adding extra to me, not to them. To me only she taught. So that you are giving a perfect clarification of that with more examples, that is indirect. So that you have given English direct as indirect, greeting direct, him indirect. Okay, my dear, you have understood really well, I think so. Then we can complete this session with the dynamic and stative verbs. We can see that dynamic and stative verbs. We can see that dynamic and stative verbs. For example, you can see that dynamics are always carrying with ing form and stative verbs are not carrying with ing form. That's it. So I'll give you examples with that. With ing form, it will be given. Okay, with ing form, uh, the verbs depending on their use in continuous form, does it mean ing form, divided into two types, that is dynamic and states. Dynamic and stative. The dynamics was the verbs which can be used in continuous form. What is again continuous form? What is, they are playing in the garden, are playing. Okay, my dear, we are cutting the vegetable, we are cutting the vegetable. She is repairing watches, she is repairing watches. Yes, he is counting the chairs, he is counting the chairs. Like that, so many example we can have. Okay, you are listening my class, I am teaching you now. Yes, you are staying at home, I am using ing form in the sentence. So those are called dynamic sentence or dynamic verbs, we can say. So without these also we can use that, that is stative verb. Stative verbs, the verbs which cannot be used in a continuous forms are called stative verbs. I believe you now, not I am saying I am believing you now. I'm believing you now is a dynamic verb. I believe you now because you have done all this for me, so that I believe in you. That is stative verbs. They want to see you now. Okay, that is in, you have to say that all will be occurred in present and with simple present. We love reading now, we love reading. Okay, she hates me at present, he likes good books now. So completely they are used in static. So that is simple present, the stative verbs are. So with this, my dear, we have completed verb session. Once we remind everything. So verbs disclose as an action. Okay, let's complete everything. uh, okay, my dears, now you can see that a verbs, the verb denotes an action and it is nothing but your work, and it can shows the what a thing and person is, what a person or thing does, what is done to the person or thing, what is done to the person or thing, and what the person or thing poses. And regarding the verbs, it will be classified into two verbs. One is main verb and another one is auxiliary verbs. And the main verbs are again divided into two, that is irregular and regular verbs. And helping verbs are divided into two, that is primary helping verbs and modal helping verbs. So these are regular and irregular. Here primary auxiliaries are be forms and do forms and have forms. That is yesterday class that we have learned. And today's class is that we deeper into the knowledge we enter the verbs. And verbs can also be categorized into transitive and intransitive verbs, and that we have learned. So transitive, before that finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Finite verbs are two types, that is transitive and intransitive. Transitive always depends upon object and intransitive are not depend upon objective. And non-finite verbs are divided into three again, that is infinitive, gerund and participle. Infinite is, does it mean it is added with 2 plus v1. Gerund, ing form, any verb, any v1 plus ing form will be added, and then the verb form act as a noun, that is gerund. The same participle, that is a noun actually. These are three types: present participle and past participle. Present participle is a subject v1 plus ing form, that is act as a adjective. That is a verb but act as a adjective. So that is a present participle. And the past participle is subject plus sorry, verb plus ed, v3 we can say that. Okay, past, past, past. So that we can say that. After that, dynamic and stative verbs that we have learned today. Dynamics are always carrying with continuous forms. Continuous forms, does it mean with the verb plus ing form we can use in the sentence, and without continuous form we can call stative verbs. So does it mean I teach you now, I call you now, I phone you now, I message you now, you will see, you see me now. These are called in stative verbs. So that with this lesson we have completed verbs completely, and soon I'll come to you back with adjectives. So day by day we are going through very fine, I think so. So don't waste your leisure time. You can cleverly utilizing this leisure time, I think so. I hope you that you will reach the unreached. Okay, my dear, don't waste your time. Still the weather is going very cool. Even the power is also cut intermittent. You can don't waste your time by watching TV or something, etc. You can give a brain feed for your mind. So that feeding is very very important to every mind. So that don't waste your time. You can write articles and you can write poetry and you can share very worthy valuable things only in the group, and don't say morning and evening, and don't salutation, no need to for salutations. And you must clarify your doubts at personal WhatsApp. Only person in WhatsApp chat only will be allowed. Okay, my dear, and go through. I'll come back to you with adjectives.